Burning Springs is the brand new update to Fallout 76, which is coming this December. Not long left to wait, and we already have a bunch of details, so I'm going to go over them all in this video. The big exciting thing about this update is it adds in a whole new region, and is being described by the devs and many others as the biggest update since Wastelanders. Which, Wastelanders is the update which basically saved 76 for a lot of people, so there's some big talk going on here. This location is in Ohio, which is to the northwest, I know my compass directions, of the current map a little bit. And if I show you this image right here, you can see that it's literally taking place to the west of where our map is right now. In order to access this new location, you need to go to Point Pleasant and then head west across the bridge. There'll also be a quest that starts by tuning into the Ohio distress signal, which will pop up once you reach level 30 or higher, so I imagine for most of us, it's just immediately going to occur once this update goes live. As well as giving us a whole new region to explore, there's also a bunch of other stuff going on with this update, so I'm going to try and talk about everything in the most put together way I possibly can. First up, the most exciting thing in my opinion is a new character by the name of a Rust King. This is an intelligent super mutant raider who tames Deathclaws for battle. That's just so cool. I love it. We've had lots of violent super mutants like Strong and just generic super mutant enemies. We've had intelligent super mutants like Forks and I want to say Jacob, Richard, oh my god I forgot his name, Marcus, that's the one, it's such a generic name. But yeah, Marcus and Forks, we've had the intelligent mutants who are kind and not barbaric, and we've had the more raiderish style ones, but now we're getting a mix, a very intelligent super mutant who's also like, I'm still going to be a raider. So I love that. And taming Deathclaws for battle is badass. We've seen the Enclave try it and kind of fail, so maybe a super mutant can do better. One other thing I absolutely love is bounty hunting, which we're going to be able to do in Fallout 76. There's a whole bounty hunting, not a quest line per se, but just events and stuff that will be going on and being added to the game with this update, and it's going to be like a proper big feature that they're building a lot of it around. And to help build around it, they're adding in the Ghoul. That's the Ghoul, the one from the TV show, the Fallout TV show. Walton Goggins himself is going to be in Fallout 76 as the Ghoul. And he will be there to provide grunt hunts and head hunts, which are both different types of bounty hunting, which I'll get onto in just a second. It is worth keeping in mind that Fallout 76 takes place at the very start of the 22nd century, and the TV show takes place at the very end of the 23rd century. So it's almost 200 years later that the TV show takes place. So we're going to be seeing the Ghoul a couple of hundred years before we are introduced to him in the Fallout TV show. You'll be able to find him at a place called The Last Resort, which is in Highwaytown, which will be the kind of central hub and main area of this new expansion. I will say Highwaytown reminds me very much of Arafu from Fallout 3. I imagine the vibes are going to be very different overall, seeing as that location had like half a dozen people tops, and was attacked by vampires of sorts, whereas this looks like a much more bustling sort of town, from the limited look we've had at it. The devs have compared this update to Fallout 3 multiple times in the little dev diary thing they did, which will be linked in the description below, and I really like that. They're kind of describing it as a more desolate region, and looking at the map image as well, it looks like it's going to be a bit more desert, and I'm a big fan. It's very classic Fallout. I'm down for it. Anyway, back to the bounty hunts, where we have grunt hunts and head hunts. Grunt hunts are your low-level bounties you can undertake by picking up posters at the Last Resort in Highwaytown. You pick these up, you have a little mission to go and kill this like basic 1-star, and you just kill them. It's a fairly easy, repeatable mission for you. However, once you've killed enough 1-star enemies, you'll then be given 2 stars for your grunt hunts. Kill enough of those, then 3 stars. Head hunts, on the other hand, are a much bigger, much tougher bounty for you to take on. These are public events that can be started by, I assume, paying the Ghoul caps. I've not actually seen anything in the patch notes about that, I may have missed it, but it sounded like they were implying that in the little dev diary. Or you get a reward of the poster being like, here's the bounty, when you complete grunt hunts. So just keep doing the basic bounties, and you'll get a head hunt eventually. But as these are public events, only one can be started at a time, but once you've got yourself the bounty poster for them, take it to the last resort, put it up, and everyone gets the notification, hey, there's a public event, we're going on a headhunt. These will be incredibly tough 3-star enemies, with at least a pair of 2-star guards protecting them. So multiple legendary enemies right away. It sounds like it's supposed to be fairly challenging. Obviously, it's not going to be as tough as like the raids or anything, but definitely like a high level, you need lots of people to take this on challenge. To go along with these added legendary enemies, we also have new 1-star, 2-star and 3-star legendary mods. We got a list given with the patch notes which just went live, so I am going to read through all of them and give my thoughts. First up, the new 1-star legendary mods. Feral for melee weapons. Kills make you more feral. My buddy Katogenesis is gonna love this. He plays as a feral ghoul because he likes his unarmed, and being feral gives you like 150% more melee and unarmed damage, so that's gonna be a good one for him, I imagine. Good one for me next, snipers for ranged weapons. Gain bonus damage to weak points while aiming down sights. My sniper build was already pretty great, but if I can make it even stronger, that'll be amazing. We don't have any numbers for how much damage any of these will be, so that's obviously going to dictate a lot of it, but this could be crazy good. We then have Adrenal for both weapons and armour, which is damage per kill or damage resistance while on a kill streak. So basically you kill lots of things and you progressively get stronger the more you kill. Great for fighting against hordes, I imagine. We then have Lucid for both weapons and armour, which is increased damage or damage resistance based on how full your feral sanity meter is. So if, like me, you try and keep that meter topped up at all time, you get bonuses for it. Obviously, once again, gonna depend what the exact numbers are here, because I don't want to switch over from Instigating or Aristocrats, which are my main ones, unless it's at least as good, if not better. Onto the 2-star mods now, starting with Pickpocketers for melee weapons. Kills have a small chance to award caps, or a chance to award a small amount of caps, sorry. I don't think any of us are really struggling with caps that much, and I know the devs talked about, oh, you can do bounty hunts to get more caps, and we're all like, there's a 40k limit, most of us are hitting pretty close to it a lot of the time, so not an amazing one, unless they up the cap limit, which I would love them to do. Even make it, man, if you could make it 100k, then I'd be like, oh yeah, suddenly we have use for this. We then have Painkiller for armour, which is gain health regen based on your kill streak. So if you're really in the thick of it and just murdering things over and over again, then you start regenerating health, which I can definitely see is helpful. We then have Rushing for armour, which is gain action point regen based on your kill streak. This one I feel is slightly less helpful, but I suppose if a regen's fast enough, you can basically stay permanently in VATS if you kill enough things quick enough, so there's potential, but that one's definitely going to need some testing. We then have Elementalist for armour as well, which is a bonus to all resistances. It literally says plus X all resistances, brackets up to plus Y, so maybe that'll be good, who knows. Our final 2-star legendary mod is Fierce, armour only, not power armour. Fortify limb resistance while on a skill streak, it says. I didn't misspeak that time, it literally says on a skill streak. So this is kill more things, less chance of crippling your limbs. Misspoke a tiny bit there. This one sounds terrible. Like, this is the worst of all of them as far as I'm concerned. Limb resistance, it's not something to build around. At most, you take Adamantium Skeleton, but yeah, not a big deal, that one. Onto the 3-star legendary mods though, starting with Glowing for weapons. Kills grant a small amount of rads. This is going to be great for so many ghoulish builds, just kill an enemy, get some rads back, and that will then regenerate your glow. There's already a melee perk which kind of works like that, and I've had a lot of fun with, so yeah, this could definitely be a desirable, especially for a 3-star effect, which I feel like a lot of them aren't amazing. We then have Healthy for armour, which is max HP increased by an amount. So this could be another good one. I am curious if this is more focused on the human players and just getting their health pool built up, or if it's going to be better for ghoul players and basically boost both your health and your glow bar. That's something we'll have to wait and see. We then have Reflex for armour, which will be good for everyone, because it's a percentage chance to evade. Just dodge the damage entirely. Who doesn't like that? Our final armour legendary mod is Active, which is max action points is increased by an amount, so yeah, more action points, that's fine. And finally, Barbarian for melee weapons. and a bonus to strength per kill while on a kill streak. So this is another one where you can just get more damage being on a kill streak. Like, genuinely, if you had Adrenal and... there's not another weapon one of the 2-star. I suppose Adrenal, Pickpocketers, and Barbarian. You could just go through killing things over and over again, gaining a huge damage boost the more you kill, and being rewarded with caps while you do it. It's a fun little synergy thing there. I do like the idea of that. That's going to be it for the new legendary effects though. I will have them listed in the description below, the whole patch notes, and they're all in there if you want to take your own look at them as well. But there's a final few things I want to talk about, starting with the new public events. We have 2 new public events, and the first is Gearing Up, which I'm just going to read from the description here. Have you ever wanted to help a Deathclaw prepare for its debut in an arena deathmatch? Now's your chance. The Rust King requires a new combatant. Your job is to head over to the junkyard and help the Beastmaster gather the scrap metal needed to armour up our latest tamed Deathclaw. During this public event, you'll fight alongside your Deathclaw in training against the Wasteland's wildest foes. Just be sure to keep the beast alive. It can't die a glorious death in the arena if it doesn't survive the junkyard first. And then there's a little reminder that you can use the Medic's legendary mod to heal friendly NPCs, and we're going to be getting a new, unique named weapon called the Stimpike, which is good for healing things, so yeah, that sounds pretty good. The fact we have a super mutant who's arming up Deathclaws is incredible. Just love it. We do have some images already out there, which one of them shows an armoured Deathclaw, which, beautiful, love what they've done with it. Sounds like a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that at the end of the year. Our other update, or public event, sorry, is Sinkhole Solutions. Fires rage beneath the surface of burning springs, and natural gas deposits occasionally breach the surface near places where the ground has broken. Willow, a resident of Highwaytown, needs your help culling brad scorpions and stingwings that have gathered around a highly volatile sinkhole. Stinkhole's a different thing, don't Google it. These creatures are causing issues for the residents of Highwaytown, so you'll need to head over to the aptly named Scorpion Lake to activate a Stomper device to draw them out of their dens. Your objective will be to destroy their dens, all while dodging pillars of fire and navigating a blinding sandstorm. Also, stick around to the end to learn why rad scorpions aren't an apex predator. ... That sounds much cooler than the initial description we got. I think Gearing Up is quite easy to be like, hey, you're arming a Deathclaw for combat, that's just innately cool, but Sinkhole Solutions sounds like, even though it's more of a killy one, which I know a lot of players prefer, the environmental factors could make this quite interesting. Possibly frustrating, but could be quite interesting still. We're also getting a fancy new side quest called Dirty Laundry, where there's mysterious Abraxodine intel briefcases hidden all over Burning Springs, and if you bring them to Bodhi and the city of Athens, which is another place we've got to visit in the new location, then we'll get some sort of reward. There's 150, or maybe 151 of them, so I'm very much looking forward to Kado doing his guide on where to find all of them. But I wouldn't be surprised if these are going to be like randomly found in locations, because 150 is a lot. However, if you do complete this side quest, there's apparently another unique legendary weapon, which only requires finding about half of the total cases. But if you find all of them, then you get a more powered up version of it, so that seems interesting. I'm glad we're getting like some side quests, and the fact they've used unique multiple times is promising, though Bethesda also used unique in Starfield to mean randomly generated, so I'm a bit torn on how well this is actually going to be. A couple of other things before I close out the video. Radhogs. We now have radioactive balls and stuff, which is pretty cool. Sounds like they're going to be both a new enemy and a new pet for your camp, which is, yeah, fun. Beats just having the cat or the dog, very basic stuff. I can mess with a Radhog. And finally, Milepost 0 is closing. For those who didn't see, I actually uploaded a video talking about changes I want to be made to the caravan system, and Bethesda clearly saw it and was like, oh man, no, we better cancel it entirely. So yeah, for the time being, Milepost 0 is closing up shop, which means no more caravans. This makes sense. Like, the caravan system was not particularly good. The rewards apparently are now going to be spread around the wasteland, and mostly one of the vendors in Highwaytown, by the name of Mac, will sell a bunch of the items, but also the Vault 63 laser carbine and the mods will be moved to the weapon vendor Splint in Highwaytown. So basically, head to Highway Town once the new update's out, and you'll be able to buy all the mods that you'd otherwise have to get and do caravans for. It sounds like caravans will be returning in the future, maybe. It sounds like they want to do more stuff with it, but they'll be closing it along with this update. And that is everything? There's a couple of small things as well, but I don't need to go over those. Here's everything for Burning Springs, which comes out in December. However, if you are on PC and have the public test server installed, then guess what? You can play this update right now. Yeah, it's out for PC players who want to install a almost 100GB game that's on top of the already 100GB game they've got installed. But that does mean you will no doubt be able to find plenty of people who have played it. I know a bunch of creators got to play it early as well and kind of review it and talk about it and stuff, which is why we've already got like leaked images and stuff out there. And yeah, it's now available, it's coming in December, so not too long to wait, just a couple of months, and we'll have the best update ever, they're claiming, and honestly, it does look pretty promising. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Obviously, I'm going to be playing Outer Worlds 2 at the end of this month and then into November, so when December rolls around, being able to switch to this will be pretty cool. And I imagine it's going to coincide with Season 2 of the Fallout TV show as well, so December's going to be a big month for Fallout. Let me know your thoughts on this update in the comments down below. Give the video a like if you enjoyed me stumbling over words, because I waited all day for this news and now I'm just rushing to put this video together. And feel free to subscribe if you want to. More importantly, check out some of my previous videos. I've made a bunch of Fallout 76 ones recently, and only a couple of them kind of got some attention, so you may have missed the builds I've done, or the one talking about caravans and ranting for a bit, so go check them out. As always, thank you very much for watching. Sarge out.